Yes, elephant in the room. I did it again, you guys. I did it again. I had to once again chop my hair off. It was getting too thin at the bottom, so I chopped it off again on Valentine's Day. Nobody knew about it. It was genuinely an impulse cut. So it was a less than 24-hour decision, and I just went and just told her to chop it off. So I'm still getting used to it. I kind of feel like I look like a mushroom. My one kid calls me Dora. I had her cut a little bit of bangs, but I don't know how I feel about them. Today's the second day that I've actually washed and blow dried it. I haven't curled it yet, so I will decide that soon, curling it. But yeah, I have short hair again, you guys. Short hair. It's easier to manage in some ways, and then it's harder in others. But I didn't want to put it back in like a headband so you guys can see it. So yes, first agenda out of the way is I chop my hair. So as you guys can see, I have no makeup on. So today we're going to do a get ready with me with another topic. You guys seem to like these kind of topics where I just get ready but have like some sort of chit chat. So today we're going to talk about ranking videos. I know I'm guilty of ranking videos as well, but I have my thoughts. I think I'm gonna leave my hair like this for now and see if I can work with it without having to put it back, but I do have clips here. As usual, you guys know that anything that I put on my face will be down in the description box. So that way you guys, yeah, this is gonna annoy me. So that way you guys can check it out. It's typically the same. Yep, we're gonna do clips. We're just gonna clip it back. I can't be one of these youngsters that just do their makeup without clipping their hair back. It ain't me. So first and foremost, before we get into the topic, how are you guys? I hope everything is well. I am in a hoodie today because it is about to rain. It is gloomy out. It's cold, and I really didn't feel like dressing up today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wish that I could, but you know, it's cold up here too, so I'm not gonna do that. So anyway, our topic for the day is ranking videos. And I'm specifically going to talk about eyeshadow ranking. I think it's an awesome idea to rank eyeshadow palettes. What have you been using? What have you been loving? How would you rate things? And so on and so forth. But I'm starting to kind of feel like, I don't know how long you as a viewer have been watching YouTube, but I feel like everything goes through cycles. And years ago, I'm talking like 8-9 years ago, monthly favorites was like a thing. And I feel like these ranking videos are going through the same cycle as these monthly videos, like monthly favorites or weekly favorites that we used to have here on YouTube. Like it's coming to a point where it's gonna come to an end. And I see the same type of cycle. I see the same type of habits. I see the same type of things that are going on. And it sucks. Oh, I forgot my sponge. Give me a second. What was I saying? Ranking videos. So the main thing that I've been noticing is ranking of like eyeshadow palettes. And I'm seeing that this is like a thing. Just like the will I buy it was a thing for a while. Or the monthly videos, so on and so forth. There's always something that everyone catches on to do. And I am also guilty of doing these videos. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not excluding myself from this conversation. But what I'm specifically referring to is ranking videos that I see of just people in general, nobody specifically I'm like speaking of, but the times that I do see ranking videos, I cannot get behind a ranking video each month that shows over 30, like this is an example, over 30 eyeshadow palettes. Like, how can you possibly rank that many eyeshadow palettes when you clearly can tell that you only use the eyeshadow palette once? Like, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. There is some formulas where I'll use it once and already know whether I'm going to like it or not, just for the formula's sake. But it's if this is being done every month, month after month after month, how informational is this? It's To me, it's more of an entertainment thing than it is informational, because there's no way that you are trying that many eyeshadow palettes in 1 month and having that much information on it. It's just, there's 30 days, give or take, each month in a month. So how can you rank that many eyeshadow palettes when, if you do the math, you've only used it at least once? I just can't. And most of these ranking videos, I noticed, do not showcase older eyeshadow palettes. It's always the newest, the latest thing that came out this month, what was sent to me, instead of mixing it. And that's one thing I am not guilty of. Every time I've done ranking videos, I've mixed new with things that I'm shopping my stash with, to see how formulas have changed, if I still like certain formulas, if older formulas are better than the newer formulas, to give you more of an educated idea of these new formulas. But the ranking videos that are like famous on the YouTube world, how can you possibly be able to know how a palette works if you've only used it once? Like, does that bother you guys, or is it just me? And it's not like I am watching these and hating on these or leaving hate. I just don't watch them anymore because I don't find them to be realistic. That's the bottom line. These are not realistic ranking videos for me, because there's no way you're trying 20 some palettes each month and then telling me whether it's phenomenal, should be number one, like you've only used it once. And the other thing that I can't get behind, you guys, is when a content creator will use a new palette and do 2 different eye looks, one on each eye. How is that gonna help me? How is that gonna help me? That's only showing what the colors look like to me and how they work together versus how it actually looks like in a cohesive look. I'm not going out of my house with one blue eye, one purple eye, just because you're trying to use up your time wisely and giving me 2 looks in one video. That's not 2 looks in one video. That's 2 different eyeballs in one video. That I don't like to watch. I don't watch those videos because to me, that's just it's not working for me. It's not something that I want to see. It's not something that's gonna help me in the long run. I wanna see a look put together completely, not 2 different eyes, and then you tell me whether you like it or not. Like, it just doesn't work for me. And it's a shame because I know some people are trying to use, like I said, use their time wisely and to be able to give you more than what you're bargaining, like helping you out by not coming back to a different video or them. Because I know when I used to do 3 looks, 1 palette. Did I just hit pan on this already? Oh my gosh. When I do 2 looks, 1 palette, or 3 looks, 1 palette, it would take me the 2 days or 3 days to do a whole look, because I wouldn't just do it on one take, and I would not take my makeup off to put it back on, take my makeup. That's killing your eyeballs too. So I don't know. I would really like your thoughts on this, because I feel like it's a popular thing that you're seeing nowadays on YouTube, where you're seeing a lot of ranking. And like I said, I love ranking videos, but there's certain people I just can't watch. It's just overwhelming when I see the amount of palettes they use for the month and then them trying to get their words together for you. It's like, are you really using them? Are you really getting to know them? I always say that using a palette minimum, if you just want to barely use a palette to really get to know it, 3 times. I think 3 times is enough to give you more of an educated response and an educated way to say about it. 5 I think is ideal, but 3 I feel like you can get a good gauge of whether the palette is going to work for you, because that's 3 different days where you've put the palette through 3 different environments, whether it's a rainy day, a sunny day, you sat around and did nothing, or you worked all day and you hustled, like that kind of stuff. So I feel like that's a good indication. But it's it kind of bothers me. It's that rat race. I feel like constantly is a seasonal thing. And I don't mean like literally a season. I mean like it's seasons on YouTube. But it's always the same thing. It's always that rat race. Who can give me the most ranking? Who can give me the most knowledge on eyeshadow palettes? Who can give me the most looks with one eyeshadow palette? Like it just, I miss that old school sitting around and not really selling stuff. I've never been somebody who's a good seller. I've never been a good salesperson. Holy moly, look at my sweater. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but there is a bunch of hair on here. I've never been somebody who is a good salesperson, so I've never really liked that aspect of YouTube. If you like something, awesome. If you don't, that's okay too. You don't need to buy everything. And I feel like that's what makes me stand out a little bit more when it comes to ranking videos, because I'm always shopping my stash. Even when I started doing ranking videos about a year ago, I always shopped my stash. And I shared with you guys new palettes with older palettes and where would they fall. I think that's more of an understanding of that, like a better way of doing it, in my opinion. I know some people might disagree with me, but it just shows you, one, how things last, if they're timeless, if the formula has lasted, if it's better than what we're seeing. Because when you're trying the newest thing, you may forget what you had because you're just trying the latest and greatest. And it just kind of irks me sometimes. Like, like this, the whole pile, like, and you see like the line of eyeshadow palettes. It's like, who are you trying to impress? Not me. I'm good. I don't want to have to. And here's my thing with that. I would have such a guilty conscience knowing that I barely got to most eyeshadow palettes, because it's happened to me before, and this is why I know that having that big pile of eyeshadow palettes and knowing that I've only used it once, I wouldn't feel comfortable and confident in telling you guys whether I would recommend. How would I rank it? How would you know if you're not using it to its potential? And I'm not saying you have to be with an eyeshadow palette for a full month in order to understand it. I told you at least 3 times. I think that's a better indication of what the palette's going to do than one time. And what's to say that the creator didn't do that eye look, literally shut the cameras off and went and washed their face? What's to say they're not doing that and you don't realize whether they're actually putting these eyeshadow palettes to the test? So I'm not accusing anyone of that, but I'm just saying, like, these are the thoughts that go through my head. Like, are you really using these eyeshadow palettes, or is it just to get the views? Just to be the first one to review that eyeshadow palette? And so much is looking so much like each other that it's not even funny. Guys, I've only bought one eyeshadow palette, which I'm going to use today. I've only bought one eyeshadow palette this whole entire year, and I am not, like, I don't care right now for any of these new palettes that are coming out. I don't care to get them. And normally I would have, like the new Natasha Denona one. I'm not interested in that one. The colors just don't get me. If she would have picked different colors, maybe, but like the way that it is, I'm not interested in it right now. So I'm skipping that one. Normally I would buy all a Natasha Denona release, but that one I'm just like, I can skip it. I'm good. I don't need that one. Even though she has like a new formula in there, it's just not my cup of tea. So I'm just like, all right, let me finish these brows because it's taking me forever. Okay, so this is the palette we're going to use today. It's funny because my kids just constantly keep getting, like, one of my kids right now, I just had to take her to urgent care last night again. Whole big ordeal. This is why I haven't been able to do a short with this palette. So this is why I wanted to do a get ready with me using this palette. So I've already used this palette 3 times. This is my 4th time using this palette. And I will tell you that each look that I've come up with this palette has been completely different from the other. I've done a very purple look. I did a look where you guys loved it, where I used like this burgundy and these silvers on my lid. I filmed my Pan Those Eyeshadows and my, I forget what other video I did, for you guys. But everyone loved that look. That came out of here. And I've also done one with like these gold up here. So today I'm going to do a simple look, and I'm just going to use these two shades. I want to show you guys how simple this eyeshadow palette can be. So we're going to use that one. But I also, going back to the topic, I want to know who you guys like to watch do ranking videos. Who do you trust with the ranking videos? Who is it that you enjoy? Do you watch these videos for entertainment purposes or for educational reasons to give you guys a indication whether this is a palette you want to purchase or not? I honestly have never once watched a ranking video and it has encouraged me to purchase a palette. I can't. I just can't. There are certain people where if they do individual reviews, and maybe, yeah. But when it comes to ranking, I feel like for me, they're more entertainment than they are educational. Like, oh, that's a palette you like as number one. And there's certain, and most of the ranking videos that I see now are all indie brand kind of makeup. And I just, like, you guys know my thoughts on the indie brand situation. And a lot of you guys, I felt the same about it. So I'm not on my own. And I'm wondering if I am on my own with this one too. And it's probably going to be the same as any other video in the past where, just like monthly favorites, it evolved to something else because nobody was watching them anymore. And I'm pretty sure ranking videos will come to an end and something new will come out where we're all going to be like, oh, we're going to do this instead now. Because it always happens. So I don't think ranking videos are going to last forever. I think something else will probably take its place. Because you don't see monthly favorites anymore. You don't see weekly favorites. I think there's only a few people that I still watch that have always done favorites videos for years. And they are still doing it. So those are the only people that I actually see doing these kinds of videos. But other than that, it's like a dying thing. So I wonder what's next. I wonder what could possibly replace ranking. That'll be fascinating to see what will replace ranking videos. Because you know that'll be a bandwagon everyone will jump on as well. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy a ranking video. I enjoy doing ranking videos. But I just do it a little bit different than most people because I just don't showcase newer makeup. I try to incorporate my older makeup in it because I still own it. So why not, right? This is a 2 shadow look, you guys. I really, really like this look. It's very subtle, very simple. I'm not going to do anything on the lower lash line solely because I just can't be bothered because it's going to rain and I have to leave the house. So I don't want to. But this is a really, really pretty palette. This is unique for me. You guys saw my eyeshadow palette collection. I don't really have much like this. So for me, this is unique, but I understand why most didn't like it or didn't care for it. But I do like it. I've almost used every single eyeshadow except for black. All the shimmers I've used. Every single shimmer I have already used. So I have a good indication. I like it. It's just like Beauty Bay. If you own Beauty Bay already, you're going to like that one. I'm just going to go ahead and put on my mascara. And then we'll do the lips. All right, you guys. So I just put lip gloss on. Like I said, it is supposed to rain. So I'm not even going to be bothering with it. I'm just going to do this because I'm going to go eat anyway. I'm kind of hungry. So this is what the look came out. I really do like this eyeshadow palette. I'm very happy I did get it. I think it's something that I've been enjoying this past month, especially during Valentine's Day weekend. You guys seem to really like the looks that I've done with it. So I'm really excited about it. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the ranking videos. Am I just being a Debbie Downer, negative Nancy, or is it something that you guys have been feeling as well? Or do you guys just enjoy how it is and you're okay with it being just entertainment and not so much educational used kind of thing? So yeah, we'll see what comes after ranking. I'm curious. I'd like to know what you guys think will be coming up next as far as what the next evolution from favorites to now ranking to what. What could it be? I hope it goes to like shopping your stash. That'd be fun because I know that I've been in a position where I just don't care to buy the latest and greatest. I really don't. I really am having fun just going through my collection and using what I have because I've realized it just looks all the same to me now. All right, you guys, that's all that I have. Everything I put on my face will be down in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching. If there's any topics that you guys want me to talk about, I have a whole list that you want me to talk about, look in depth for these kind of get ready with me's. Let me know in the comment section. I love doing these videos and I love to interact and chit chat with you guys. The last one I did, you guys were amazing, and I hope that this one does the same. So that's it. More videos on the screen for your dream. Until then,